The year was 1954. With their sturdy, broken-down microphones, they were headed for greatness in the American West. Jack and Ron in the morning. If you don't laugh like this, you're probably normal.
The following entertainment special contains mature subject matter. Parents may consider some of the program content unsuitable for children. Parental discretion is advised.
It's the bad boys of radio. Here's Jack and Ron.
Hey, howdy there, friends and neighbors. Howdy, hi. What's the story there, Richard? His phone's going off?
My phone?
Your phone's going off there, Ron. Hey, it's Jack and Ron. As usual, we're just about as unorganized as we were when we did this on the radio. At any rate, yes, Jack Dam Elliott, Ron Dam Williams on this Monday, August 28th. Live at Othello's Italian Restaurant in Edmond, Oklahoma. They, of course, have another location in Norman on Campus Corner. By the way, tomorrow night in Norman, they've got that big event going on, that Othello's Sicilian Wine Dinner. I don't know how many people have signed up and if it's sold out yet, but you might want to check because I attended it when it took place here in Edmond, and let me tell you what, it knocked my socks off. It was that good. We're talking about a different wine pairing from Sicily with every one of the, I guess, 7 courses of the meal. Phenomenal.
You get to taste that wine?
There were ways you could take wine. You could buy wine. They had a bunch of bottles of wine for sale from Sicily.
I was thinking maybe you could get a lot of them lined up and you could take a little sip here, a little shot here. I'll take that one.
Well, once you tried every wine that was matched up and paired with the food, you could buy one of those wines. They had them there. So you can do that. By the way, they got another event coming up September 7th at Othello's in Norman. It's Crowning of the King. The King, Barry Switzer, September 7th, kind of an all-day event. And, I mean, we've got everybody showing up. We've got, of course, Barry Switzer will be there to be crowned at 5 o'clock.
I thought he'd already been crowned.
Well, he might have been. They're going to do it again. It bears repeating. And the reason for this is it's 50 years. It'll be the 50-year anniversary, 50-year anniversary of Coach Switzer's first game at OU. So they're doing that at Othello's in Norman on September 7th, a Thursday. And let's see. Heisman Trophy winners, Jason White, Steve Owens, Billy Sims will be there, Bob Stoops, Tinker Owens, Dewey Selman will be there.
Baker Mayfield?
Baker's not going to make it because Baker's got some obligations to the
Tampa Bay
Buccaneers. Yeah.
He can't take off one day. Come on. Come on, Baker.
Yeah, but there are a bunch of other people going to be. Joe Castiglione will be there, David Boren. So many other dignitaries are going to show up, and you can be there too. Again, it's September 7th, and they're going to open early, like at 11 a.m. for lunch at Othello's in Norman that day. And with that in mind, while you're there during lunch, you can register to win some memorabilia signed by Coach Switzer. So
all right, now will they have?
Out.
Maybe his the bootlegger's son,
bootlegger's boy.
Have that out there, and at the same time, what type of crown are they going to? Given.
I haven't quite seen it. Maybe just Crown Royal.
I was about to say a big sack of Crown.
Maybe that's it.
Here you go. He'd appreciate that.
So no doubt. So check that out September 7th. Big event down there in Norman at the Othello's. By the way, we got to also thank our good friends at Flash Holler and Mom and Dad's House. They've teamed up. They're the company that's kind of changing they're game changer in the moving industry. Flash Holler is they have drivers all over the city, all over the state. If you have anything you need to have moved, much like Uber transports people, Flash Holler transports merchandise.
You know, isn't it wonderful that you are on the breaking edge of how things change? Because things change all the time. You know, Mom and Dad, they're getting together with Free Holler. But at the same time, how many people thought to do that? We are bringing you only the cutting edge businesses right here, right now with the Jack and Ron podcast, baby.
So Flash Holler, if you want to know more about them, just go to Flash Holler, FLASHOLR.com, flashholler.com. You need to move a washer, dryer, sofa, love seat. They'll take care of that. And we'll tell you more about that later. They'll also help, people who are trying to transition from a larger dwelling to a smaller one as they get older and they want to downsize, or maybe move into assisted living. They help do all that.
Now, what if I want to change my rug? I want to get everything, stacked outside of my bedroom. They'll move stuff from room to room, not necessarily from one dwelling to another, but room to room. Is that correct?
They'll do that too.
See,
Like I said, they're the game changers in the moving industry. All right, we got to move on because we got so much to cover today, including some Ask Jack and Ron email we've got to get to, news of the I'll Be Damned, some great audio, dumbass joke of the day, Tri-Bond. We're going to get to asinine trivia in a moment. We'll quiz Richard, our producer. But in the meantime, Ron has two tough trivia.
Here we go. Why? That's where all of them start. Why? Why were powdered wigs so popular in the 1500s? Huh?
Why were they so popular in the 1500s?
Uh-huh. Well, I'll tell you right now, because so many men were losing their hair. But why?
Why were they losing their hair?
Yes, so many men losing their hair that powdered wigs became the thing in the 1500s. Big time.
I was thinking maybe just a vitamin deficiency.
No, well, that's a good guess, and I have to stress it was a guess. So
it's incorrect as usual
at the present
All right.
time. We'll give the answer a little bit later on.
We'll get the answer at the end of the podcast. Meanwhile, we want to say hi to a bunch of people who are joining us today, checking us out live on Facebook, including Dan Hewitt. He says, "What's up, fellas? What's up, Dan?" And also John Bennett says, "Woohoo!" and a bunch of other folks joining in. We got to get to asinine trivia. It's this trivia question we ask Richard. It's a three-part little deal we ask Richard.
Oh, he's ready to go, man. I'm looking at him right now. He's like, he's got that "bring it on" look on his face.
He's got his microphony in his hand, the microphone. So what we do here is we ask three questions. Questions so easy, it's asinine. All right. You ready, Richard?
Yes, sir.
I didn't hear your mic.
1, 2.
Better turn yours on, too. Hello?
1. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm not hearing you.
I'll stick camera.
No.
Oh, you
Something
want to put on
going
your
on
headphones so you can't hear you either?
What's the story here? Get a different, select a
There we go.
There you
Oh,
go.
hey,
All right.
there.
No,
See, one of these days, folks, we're going to come to dress rehearsal one of these days. I promise. All right. Let's get to asinine trivia. Trivia question number 1. How many inches in a foot?
12.
You got it. Number 2. Who drives or rides in a fire truck?
Fireman.
You got it.
And the dog.
Oh, yeah, the Dalmatian.
Quite frankly, I thought that's who you were going to go with.
The Dalmatian.
And
You
it still would have been good.
Yep. Finally, question number 3. Name the 2 guys who have won more broadcast awards than any other broadcasters in Oklahoma, and who also enjoy licking Tootsie Pops covered in jalapeno juice while sitting naked in a hot tub filled with spaghetti, noodles, and anchovies, and who also perform the #1 video
Are they
podcast
still
in America.
free? Are they still out?
Yeah.
Jack and Ron.
Yeah.
Ron, you got it.
Well, you know somebody who does all that. You need to go and get them checked out. They need some help.
They need help drastically. Hey, I wanted to mention the fact that we're here at Othello's as we talked at the very beginning here. I came to Othello's Saturday night for dinner, and it was great. Sat at my favorite table, that high top table down there by the fireplace. I had the meat ravioli with the red sauce. Oh, my God, it's so good. The ravioli here is so tasty. Anyway, they've got great food here at Othello's. Had some great conversation, too, because Bob, the proprietor, he came by to join us at the table and have some stimulating conversation, delightful dialogue. Night before that, I went to UCO Jazz Lab Friday night. You know the band, the Wise Guys, that have been playing here in the city for 100 years. Great guy. They do this thing called the British Invasion. And I mean, they've nailed it. They do like, what was it, the Animals with the House of the Rising Sun, and they do the Beatles, they do the Rolling Stones, the Hollies, they do all this stuff. And it's just amazing how they can duplicate the sounds of all those British Invasion bands, and they're great. You know, Randy Colton and Jeff Curran and Jeb Reed. Yep. You know all those guys. So anyway, I had a great time seeing those guys and visiting with them, and always fun. They're going to do another show at UCO Jazz Lab, and I want to be there, but I can't. I don't think I'll be there. It's November 24th. Which is the day after Thanksgiving, and I probably will be out of town for the holidays.
All right. Well, that's a good Friday for you. However, I think we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the unfortunate incident that happened at the football game.
Oh yeah.
This past Friday. I mean, it was shock. Now, I didn't know what was going on. I know that they announced that a lot of the football games had been pushed back an hour because of the heat.
Right.
And it was it was at 10 or 11 o'clock, and I'm checking out channels because I have insomnia, and all the newscasts are still on. I said, well, maybe this is a recording. I went to the next channel, and then I just turned up the volume, and it was such a sad situation.
Yeah.
And I was so angry. And let's see, Corday Carter. Corday Carter was the young man, 16-year-old, that was killed at that particular game.
Yep.
And I said, this is a shame. This has been happening for a long time, not only here but in other states around the country. And I don't know about you, man, but I'm about fed up with all of the politicians dancing around the subject of the NRA and what else they can do to reduce the amount of guns that are on the street that are available to our young people. And with all of the violence that's going on, it just makes me so angry that they can spend millions, if not billions of dollars trying to get elected, get in office, and don't do squat. Maybe something will be done this time around, but we've had shootings in other states, multiple shootings, nothing was done there as well. So, hopefully if you can't do it on a federal level, do it on a local level. Let's protect our young people, and let's protect the adults who take these young people to games, all kinds of things like that. That was a shame, and it was not necessary. To my knowledge, at this point, they still don't have a suspect in custody, but the mere fact that it did happen, and, we're coming up on an election year. Somebody start bringing this stuff up. They have these debates and everything else. How about letting us ask some questions about the NRA and other organizations that, as far as I'm concerned, promote violence?
Well, there you have it. Yeah, and it's really interesting because they don't have a suspect yet, from what we understand.
Yep.
And even if they do, they may sometimes keep that under wraps before they release that information to the media.
Especially if there was more than one involved.
And one of the first things that I saw during the post-game interviews with police officials, I believe it was the chief of the Del City Police Department, who claimed or said that one of his officers discharged his weapon. So I'm trying to figure out who shot what was, we still don't have all the information.
What was he shooting at? Was it, I kept thinking to myself, with as many people that were out there, did he shoot in the air to kind of, or was he shooting at someone? That will probably come out as well. But what?
There you go.
It was a great night. Could have had some great ball, but instead something tragic like that. My understanding is that they have canceled next week's game,
and
as
probably
well.
Appropriate too.
Yeah. So that's a shame. But anyway, we did want to at least touch on that. That's so tragic.
Got to say hi to Nancy Laborde.
One of the two.
She says Othello's is great. You're right, Nancy. It is great. We love broadcasting here, and I love eating here.
And Mr. Washensky.
Yeah. Art Wachinski says, hi, Jack and Ron. Both Steph, meaning Stephanie, and I are listening. All right, great. Good to have you guys.
Right.
I want to throw something out there that I thought was really interesting that I found. To work at a Burger King, they say you need to be at least 16 years old. Although I will say, just as a side note, back when I was 15, I lied on a job app, and I got a job at Burger King when I was 15. Anyway,
Liar.
Say to work at Burger King, I needed the money. So to work at Burger King, you need to be at least 16 years old today. You have to be cool working in a fast-paced environment, and you have to be able to work well within a team environment. But that's not all. A Burger King in Elwood City in western Pennsylvania is looking to hire losers. The sign out front said, now hiring losers up to $14 an hour. But here's the catch. It really wasn't intended to be that way. It doesn't look like it was even a prankster. It was supposed to say, now hiring closers, but the C fell down and got caught up by the U in the word up. So the photo sign read, now hiring losers.
How did they
up
deal
to
with
$14 an hour?
How did they deal with the big crowd?
They had it right.
Yeah. Well,
That was on purpose. That's
Yeah,
just
ton of people. Yeah.
and the photo has been the photo of the sign has been floating around the internet for about a week, and we're assuming they've now fixed it. It's unclear if any losers did apply for a job there, but I thought that was pretty interesting.
By the way, Nancy Laborde sent us another message saying that he hit. We were talking about the police officer that discharged his firearm, and she says he hit a 42-year-old man. We have not heard about it. We can't
we haven't
confirm
gotten
that.
confirmation of that.
That is just what she's saying. And
all right,
check your local news. Now, one thing that I don't know about you, but I've been getting people want some type of remembrance, memento of their association with us. I don't know why, but at any rate, this is the official Jack and Ron baby picture.
Beautiful, isn't it?
And it talks about the
God, those are good-looking guys.
And you look at, and you didn't think, being that young, children like that they would have the same attitude, let alone same size heads that they do now. Now you may say, well, gee, Jack and Ron, how do I get one of these? Well, we have a phone, and you can call us live on the air if that's what you want to do, or you can just record it. Area code 405-509-5030. You do that, and you leave us a way to get in touch with you, preferably an address, and we will send you an autographed copy of the Jack and Ron baby picture. Classic.
How beautiful is that?
That's all you have to do. No cost, no obligation, except for the charge for your phone.
There you go. So go ahead and call that number. Light those lights. Do it now so that you don't forget to do so. Call by midnight tonight. This offer will not be repeated. I repeat, this offer will not be repeated. The number again, area code 405-509-5030. 405-509-5030.
All right, I'm going to go back one more time if I could, Jack.
Okay.
The second pronunciation was correct. The E is pronounced Laborde. And Nancy says that Channel 4 reported that it was a 42-year-old man on the noon news. So
that was shot and by
the police officer.
By the police officer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, again, we can't substantiate it because we didn't see it, but this is what's being reported to us.
Yeah, and if they're reading it right, I mean, picking up Channel 4 news and saying that that's what Channel 4 reported, I take it. Yeah, it pretty well validates it if Channel 4 did report that. All right, we got to get some audio, man. We got some really interesting audio, and I know you've probably seen and heard this
Great
already.
Channel 4 plug.
Yeah, great Channel 4 plug, yeah. Channel 4, News 4, a fine establishment.
We love them guys.
We do. There's a great feature on Channel 4 called Today in Oklahoma.
Tell them about it, Jack.
The guy who does it does a tremendous job.
Really, I'd heard about him.
Yeah.
His crystal blue
I won't
eyes.
tell you what I heard.
Okay. Anyway, sometime check out Today in Oklahoma, a really fine feature on News 4. Here we go, audio. Oh, and you probably are aware of this. Oklahoma third grade teacher was arrested for allegedly drinking and being intoxicated the first day of school. This is some of the body cam footage. This is the audio from when Kimberly Coates was confronted about the drinking, by an officer and the superintendent, a guy named Doug Ogle. Listen to this.
How much you had to drink?
I drank last night.
There's no way you drank last night.
Well, I did drink last night.
Did you drink at school is what he's asking you. Tell us the truth.
I didn't drink at school.
You blew 2 times the legal limit. Do you drink often?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just trying to understand why.
No, I'm seeing a counselor.
Okay, no more games, right?
Yeah.
Other than that.
My juice?
That there is wine. She's lied, and Mr. Ogle found a cup that had wine residue in it on her desk, so.
Oh, which means she'd already polished it off.
Those kids must have been tough. I got to have a drink to sit in this class.
Hey, I was going to say, based on some of the kids that you got to deal with these days, hell, if I were a
And
teacher,
the amount of pay.
I'd need a couple
especially
belts.
that.
I'd need a couple belts before I walked in too.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have never heard, and you see it on a number of different programs. The kids these days, the way they talk back to the teachers, they jump up and they want to fight the teachers and stuff like that. And I'm and I look. Admittedly, I'm from another era as far as growing up, being in high school and elementary school, stuff like that. But let me tell you, in my era, you jump up at a teacher and try to get crazy, you might get knocked out.
Yeah.
There's a distinct possibility you might get knocked out, and they'll call your parents and tell them they knocked you out and why. And then you get home, and guess what? You get knocked out again.
Yeah.
So I don't know what gives a lot of the kids today the feeling that they can go ahead and disrupt folks' education, disrupt their lives. And I'm not saying that this is why this woman was drinking, because it looked like she'd been drinking for a while. Anyway, but at the same time,
and school did just start.
Yeah,
I like that first day of school, man. I'd need to get liquored up to go to a job like that too.
She knew what was coming. She knew what was coming.
Yeah,
but you
those little
you
hellions.
look at that, but these little hellions turn into big hellions that turn into criminals.
Yep.
And at some point in time, somebody either at home or someplace that can control that needs to let them know there are certain laws and ways to be civil in public other than just jumping up and trying to impress a classmate or jumping up because you're mentally ill.
It would be nice if people would just, exercise some respect for authority. That's all I got to say. All right, we got to take a quick break here. We're going to take a commercial break. Oh, yeah. But we're coming back with Roy the Movie Guy, email, news of the I'll Be Damned, sleazy, trashy showbiz, dumbass joke. We got a ton of crap to cover here, okay?
Man, you look at the time, man. We're going to have to cram that in.
I know. We can do it, though.
We can cram, folks.
Plus, we want to say hi to Steve Oakes, my good friend Steve Oakes with Biotech Oklahoma. They produce Shine Time, best product to use on your car that I've ever encountered. Anyway, we'll take a quick break. Be right back. Hang on.
Hey, Jack, BK, I need some wings. Are you guys up there?
Affirmative. Your backup is cloud-based. It's all on the cloud nowadays.
That's funny. But you guys have the wings?
Winger, Jack, winger. Winger. Hey, they had a couple of big hits back in the 80s, remember? Winger, big hair.
Great wings don't just fall from the sky. They come from Louie's, where we're preparing food fresh daily. Come try one of our great new sandwiches. Or wings with any of 7 delicious sauces. Louie's, we're in your neighborhood.
We've got this down to a science. Over. Yeah, we're just not up here winging it.
Hey, Jack, BK, I need some wings. Are you...
Hey, Al, I thought we were meeting at Othello's.
Hey, Jack, I am at Othello's.
Well, I'm looking around, and I don't see you. Whoa, wait, are you at Othello's in Edmond?
No, I'm at Othello's in Campus Corner in Norman.
Oh, great. Well, fortunately, both Othello's have great Italian food.
They sure do, and I'm having the baked ziti.
Ooh, I'm having chicken marsala.
Let's continue with the meeting.
Yeah, sure thing, over the phone, but I need one thing.
What's that?
Your credit card number, because you're buying. Othello's Italian Restaurant on Campus Corner in Norman and in downtown Edmond. You bought it online, and now you need to haul that big couch. Flash hauler it. Bought a washer or dryer and need to transport it from the seller's location to yours? Flash hauler it. Have office furniture to move across town? Flash hauler it. Car breakdown and you need a tow? Flash hauler it. Anytime you need furniture or appliances moved or need a tow, Flash hauler it. Haul it, tow it, deliver it with Flash Hauler. Download the Flash Hauler app free. Do it now. Flash Hauler. Flash hauler. Incredible. You bought it online, and now you need to haul that big couch. Flash hauler it. Bought a washer or dryer and need to transport it from the seller's location to yours? Flash hauler it. Have office furniture to move across town? Flash hauler it. Car breakdown and you need a tow? Flash hauler it. Anytime you need furniture or appliances moved or need a tow, Flash hauler it. Haul it, tow it, deliver it with Flash Hauler. Download the Flash Hauler app free. Do it now. Flash Hauler. Flash Hauler can usually do it within a couple hours, so check out their website, Flash. You bought it online, and now you need to haul that big couch.
Dad's house. Let me tell you about Mom and Dad's house. Maybe you're moving or you're downsizing to senior living. Make life easier for you. Okay. Maybe, maybe you need to sell your house first. Maybe you want to go ahead and do that. Or do you have some headaches? Too much stuff. Headaches from moving. Are you worried about making repairs before selling your house? Look, all you need to do is call Mom and Dad's house, 405-383-3106. They will hook you up. They and Flash Hauler have merged, my friend.
They've merged.
Yeah, two winning businesses offering you the best business you could get.
All right, so check it out. You can find out about both of them. Just go to the website. It's so simple to do. Flash Hauler, FLASHOLR.com, flashhauler.com. All right, we get a lot of email from a lot of people who think, God, I've got problems. I've got troubles. I've got questions. I need answers. And God only knows Dr. Phil won't have an answer for me. Who will? Well, by God, Jack and Ron.
Thank you very much. By the way, Dr. Phil going away.
That's what I heard.
He got his divorce.
Yeah.
It's amazing how guys, when they have a lot of money and they get a divorce, all of a sudden they kind of just go away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, can't do. Dear Jack and Ron, it starts out. I was chosen to let you know we are getting together a group of vigilantes to stop crap in our neighborhood.
Oh, my God. Here we go.
A big dog is soiling a number of yards, and by the size of it, it's a big dog. We don't want to kill it, but we don't know who the dog belongs to. It comes out at night like somebody just lets it out.
It's nocturnal.
Like a vampire or something like that. You guys have any advice? Well, you can call animal control, but if they let the dog out at night, good luck with that. You have enough problems trying to get them to come out during the day. Yeah, I said it. So I would do that. Or if you're going to do that, use an air gun, like BBs or something like that.
Rubber bullets.
Yeah, or whatever. Bullets.
Well, they bounce off you.
You guys seen those little salt guns?
Salt gun, yeah. You can use that.
Yeah.
Or you used to use a beanbag gun,
Yeah.
Or like Jack says, use a buckshot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking a little soft, a little air pistol. And just a hint, not that I know anything about that, but how many people are in this vigilante group? Divide up. That way you can sort of herd the dog one way or the other. Somebody have a leash to put on the dog as well, but try animal control first.
I'd start maybe by carrying a muzzle for that animal, because you never know if he might turn on you.
Well, yeah, because a lot of people, they like to take a walk at night after the sun's gone down. It's a little cooler, or maybe some kids are out. You never know. So I agree with you. If this is the case, if this dog is really terrorizing the neighborhood and soiling yards and things of that nature, you need to take some firm action.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Hope we helped you out. We got to get to Roy, the movie guy. He's always got an update for us on what's going on at the box office. So let's check in with Roy.
Thank you, guys. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Now let's talk some box office numbers and new releases this weekend. Number one at the box office this weekend was Gran Turismo with $17.3 million, bumping Barbie down to number two with $17.1 million. So far, Barbie has made $594.9 million domestic, $1.3 billion worldwide. Up next is Blue Beetle at number three with $12.8 million, $46.3 domestic, $81.8 million worldwide. Number four was Oppenheimer, taking in another $9 million, $300 million domestic, $777.1 million worldwide. And finally, at number five, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, $6.1 million to add $98 million to its domestic total, $135 million worldwide. Now let's talk about what's opening up this weekend at the box office. From Columbia Pictures, we have The Equalizer 3, starring Denzel Washington, Dakota Fanning, and Sonia Amar. Since giving up his life as a government assassin, Robert McCall finds solace in serving justice on behalf of the oppressed. Now living in southern Italy, he soon discovers his new friends are under the control of local crime bosses. As events turn deadly, McCall becomes their protector by taking on the mafia. Rated R with a runtime of 1 hour and 49 minutes long. And that's a look at what's opening up this weekend at the box office. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thanks, Roy.
Hey,
Appreciate
thanks,
it.
Roy.
Now, Equalizer 3. Equalizer 1, the original Equalizer, I really liked a lot. Equalizer 2, I wasn't all that big on. And the only thing that kind of bothered me about Equalizer 1 was, and I realize it's a movie, so you're supposed to just go off into fantasy land. Taking on like 50 guys at one time in that warehouse, the Home Depot or whatever that big box store was where they worked. I thought, come on, man.
Was it because it's old Denzel?
No,
John Wick does it too.
I know, John Wick. I find
holy moly,
and I find John Wick to be a little over the top with that.
Kill him, John.
I mean, it's like everybody, 50 guys coming after John Wick, and now he never get, he walks away unscathed, and everybody else is dead. So that's, I guess, maybe because I would like it to be a little more realistic.
Well, now on John Wick 4, I believe. We ended with us at his grave, but let me tell you this: his headstone graven. But I'll tell you this.
He faked his death like Paul McCartney.
Yeah, he will be back with John Wick 5.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
Too much money.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this, the same they do with Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious 11 is coming out. Can you think about that? 11 movies.
How old is Dakota Fanning, though?
That I don't know.
She has to be like mid to late 20s now.
Oh, yeah, she can drive.
Yeah. Among other things.
He's that's the kind of loans once they start driving.
Yeah.
Okay, baby. It's
All
over
right.
there.
Well, at least we got an Equalizer 3
Yeah.
to look forward to.
Yeah.
All right. We got to get to some more audio we've got here. Oh, this is pretty funny. Last week on America's Got Talent, they've got, who is it? Simon Cowell and, oh, God, who's the other dude? Howie Mandel.
Howie Mandel.
And
Heidi Klum.
Heidi Klum and Sofia Vergara. Well,
Yep.
Sofia Vergara is from Colombia, and she grew up there, and her English isn't perfect by any means, but pretty good. And she's very, very talented for what she does. Anyway, she had a tough time pronouncing the word ventriloquism. Ventriloquism. But not before Howie Mandel. Of course, she just got divorced. Howie Mandel makes a joke about her availability. And anyway, the young girl ventriloquist, there was a girl who was a ventriloquist, and she did, what did she do? Illusions and ventriloquism. Anyway, the girl asked Heidi Klum to help her, the ventriloquist, find eligible bachelors for Sofia Vergara. And here's what happened during the judging, and you got to listen to Sofia try to pronounce ventriloquism.
One word of advice, if you're looking for eligible bachelors, you should have talked to Sophia because she's in the market right now.
Yeah!
Sophia!
That was amazing because it's so unique in a show that we have seen everything. We've seen so many ventriloquists, and now to see you doing also mentalism to do both things, and yet
What
you
two
seem so
things?
composed. The mentalism and the ventriloquism.
Simon, what'd you think?
Ventriloquism, and you do it brilliantly.
Thank you.
I mean, seriously, brilliantly.
There you go. Ventriloquism.
See, Simon did the right thing.
Yeah.
He jumped in and made sure that they didn't make too much fun of her and everything.
Yeah.
You say what you want to about Simon, and we do.
I like
that.
the guy.
That was a good move on his part.
Yeah, I've always thought Simon was. I've always thought he was pretty good. I think one of the things people don't like about him is he's so honest. If something isn't to his liking, he lets you know. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Anytime you can start on American Idol and that becomes a big hit, and then all of a sudden you switch networks and shows, and you're still riding the tide, you got something good going for yourself.
No doubt about it.
Yep.
Speaking of good, we got something for you. I don't know how good it is. It is Jack and Ron's exclusive award-winning news of the I'll Be Damned.
Uh-oh.
A 51-year-old man in Arizona named William Brennan was arrested Saturday after he admitted to hurling food at his wife. It happened at a McDonald's around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The couple got into an argument. At some point during the argument, William threw a container full of McDonald's French fries at his wife's face.
What's the problem, man? I don't get it.
He then screamed at her to get back in the car. Get back in the car. A witness concerned about this altercation called the police. They tracked him down. William confessed. He told the cops they were fighting, and he threw the French fries at her instead of his fist. Could have been a lot worse. He was booked into jail on a pair of domestic violence charges, including one for assault. He could face 3 years.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Back up the train.
He threw some French fries at his wife, and he could face 3 years in jail.
Now, wait a minute. I don't understand this. Who filed the charges?
She did.
She must have.
She was waiting for that moment.
That was the icing on the cake, probably.
Yeah,
I'm just waiting for you to do.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be able to beat that. French fries.
She could have potato allergy.
Sometimes, when they get those things fresh out of the fryer, they're deadly because they're so hot. One other quick news of the I'll Be Damned.
You guys are crazy.
Little story for you here. A 31-year-old man in Australia was arrested Sunday after allegedly setting a series of small fires, including blazes at a loading dock, behind a school, and in a parking lot. Apparently, he just likes to see fires. He also set a fire outside a real estate agent's office.
Can go to Hawaii.
And several trash cans. Well, the police found the suspect. They handcuffed him. But as they searched him, they found two live ducklings in his underwear.
Well, that's aggressive.
No word on why. No,
we know why.
No idea why he had 2 live ducklings in his underwear. What did he feed him? The man has been charged with animal cruelty.
Nuts.
I knew it was coming.
Oh, boy.
He's been charged with animal cruelty,
It was coming.
reckless conduct, endangering serious injury, and 4 counts of lighting an open air fire, possession of a weapon, and negligently dealing with proceeds of a crime.
You know, that's a lot of stuff for the main thing to be a couple of ducklings in your underwear.
He may have been trying to save them.
That's what I was thinking, man.
Pockets,
he could
just
see that,
shoved
and
them in
he
there.
rushed. He says,
I messed up with this fire.
I'll put him in my
one of
in
my fires.
pants. Yeah.
In one of the fires he started, the duckling's mama got caught in the fire and died. So he was taking care of the ducklings.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a story I'd come up with.
Give him a reward.
Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully I'll never be caught with ducklings in my underwear.
I could have sworn you guys have like said that in y'all's like the what's the part, the asinine trivia. I could have sworn that was
there could have been
probably some
could have been a time or two when we were
having ducklings in your underwear.
Having ducklings in our underwear.
Yeah. That's a long time ago. You never
After
know.
7 years,
Yeah,
right?
We've
you can
matured.
hear it, but if you could see it, it would be different. If you could get a little background.
Plus,
on
we've
some of the
matured
stuff that we've
since then.
done. Oh yeah,
We have matured. All right, we got more audio
That's the
for
rumor.
you. Oh, this is great, guys. Come on, crank it up. You're going to love this. Time for another classic Jack and Ron soap opera moment. You know, we would ask people to call in when we were on the air, on the radio, to share what they considered a soap opera moment. And we would usually get some pretty good response. And you can't make this stuff up. So here it is. Check out this soap opera moment.
It's Jack and Ron's soap opera moment.
He had sex with my mama.
Jennifer, go ahead.
Okay, my best friend, who I've renamed as Amy, 10 years ago was married to her college sweetheart. And they had bought a house, and they couldn't afford the mortgage payment, so they moved in another lady who had a small child. And one day, her husband comes out and brings the lady with him and says, you know what? I really like her, and I'm in love with her, and I want to have sex with her. So I want to know if that's okay.
Well, so where's the problem?
My friend basically said, okay, and then a day later he said, you know what, I really, really love her and I want to marry her too.
Wow.
So we're going to all live together in our house, and we're going to take turns with me.
How cool
and,
is this?
Oh, by the way, you're going to babysit this small child because he's partly yours too, because now we're all married and happy, and while I'm bumping her in the other room.
This is awesome.
I don't understand. Where's the problem here?
I'm trying to figure out where the trouble starts.
Well, you asked for a soap opera. That's about as soap opera as it gets.
That's beautiful,
Aren't
though.
they happy together right now? Don't they seem to be a happy little
No,
group?
that didn't last but like 3 weeks before she said, I don't think so.
Oh, you know what happened, don't you?
I'm amazed she even allowed it to last 3 weeks.
Well, no, here's the deal, man. She talked it over with, she was happy, but she talked it over with some of her friends.
Girlfriends who said
and
no.
oh, are you crazy? I would not put up with that. And then she said, well, gee, maybe I am.
So wait a minute. Now, they had trouble with the mortgage, so they had a lady and her child move in. Now, what were the ages of all these people? The guy and the wife, Amy, say you called her Amy. What was
early 20s,
Okay.
maybe 21, 22.
All right, what about the lady that had the child?
About the same age.
Oh, really? Okay. And so
Yeah.
she moves in. So then he just comes out with her and says to his wife, I really love her and I want to have sex with her. And so the wife doesn't dispute.
She says, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, that was her. That was Amy. She was very codependent, and she would just do whatever. And
God, what a lucky guy.
He even convinced her. And my mom had been through a friendly divorce, and she kept warning her, "There's no such thing. Don't use the same lawyer. You're going to get screwed." And da 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 da. She'd leave my house saying, "That's right. I'm going to get a lawyer." And then she'd call me 20 minutes later. Now, we're going to use the same lawyer.
Wow.
So, I mean, she lived with them up to the divorce, and in that house and everything. And
With the
they
other lady?
agreed in the
With the other lady.
with the other lady, and they agreed in the divorce that like he would get the house and the major credit cards that had a lot of debt, she'd just get a few little credit cards. And then right before they divorced, he took her credit card that he knew she was going to have to pay off in the divorce, and he bought the other chick a big engagement ring.
That was nice. nice. That's
Okay.
really sweet of him.
Yeah. I mean, how old was the wife when she got married?
Let's see. If I was 19, she was 20.
Wow.
21.
All right. So here you have another perfect example of the Jack and Ron rule, why it's there, why it's in place.
Why we say you never get married for the first time till you're 35.
That's it.
Perfect. There you go. A great soap opera moment, and how understanding that wife was, at least for the first 3 weeks.
First. But, doggone it, she could have made off with a Jack and Ron podcast baby picture. You can as well. You heard her soap opera moment. It can be live, or you can go ahead and record it. All you need to do is give us a call at 405-509-5030. We'll send you an autographed copy of the Jack and Ron podcast baby picture. Just that simple. Just like that lady and her weird relationship.
I want to say hi to John Mockimer, who's checking us out today, too. Hey, John, how are you? A bunch of other folks joining in and watching the Facebook. Be sure to share this Facebook Jack and Ron live podcast. Remember, too, we're also featured live on YouTube, the Jack and Ron Show on YouTube. And then the audio from this is then extracted, much like a dentist would extract a tooth. It's extracted from this video and then distributed on all the podcast sites. iHeartMedia Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spreaker, Deezer, you name one, we're there. And you can always find us out there, no matter what. Just type in Jack and Ron. Meanwhile, we got to get to your
sleazy, trashy showbiz report.
Let's jump on it. A ranking of the best soundtrack albums of all time. Who do you think came in number one?
Shaft.
No.
Okay.
Say soundtrack?
Yes.
Soundtrack?
Movie soundtrack. They ranked the best soundtrack albums of all time.
Saturday Night Fever.
Saturday Night Fever came in number 2.
Wow, good job.
Grease?
No.
Good.
Queen of the Damned.
Number 5 was Superfly.
Superfly.
Yeah, A Hard Day's Night came in at number 10.
Number 10 was Hard Day's Night,
Yeah.
the Beatles. Okay.
Yeah, something that didn't make the top 10 was Whitney Houston's The Bodyguard. And I didn't understand that. That album went through the roof.
Yeah.
However.
Did Queen of Down make this album, this list?
Who?
Queen of Down? Queen of the Down?
No.
That is the best soundtrack, hands down.
Yeah.
What about Top Gun?
No, sir. Well, let me.
Why don't we just throw a couple more out
You
there,
always
Richard?
tell us a guess. Muppet Treasure Island.
What?
Muppet Treasure Island.
Muppet Treasure
man,
Island.
That's wrong.
The Lion King?
No.
Paw Patrol?
No. What when I tell you?
Is it a real movie or is it like a animated?
Pulp Fiction. No,
Pulp Fiction came in number 2.
Oh, I thought you said the Bee Gees.
Oh, wait a
came in
minute. Came in number 3. I'm sorry.
Pulp Fiction's number 3?
Came in number 3. That's right.
I'm good, man.
It was good.
I got
but
2 of them
you
already,
did
man. I got Saturday Night Fever and Pulp Fiction. I watched Pulp Fiction last night, as a matter of fact.
The number.
Wait, give us a hint. You at least got to give us a
On the number 1. Give us the number 1.
Male.
It's a guy?
It's a guy.
What, the movie's all about guys?
No. Oh, what are you? A hint for the movie or a hint for the soundtrack?
Movie. For the movie, yeah.
Okay. The star was hot.
That's great.
The star was hot. The star, this is going to be you'll get this.
Is it Barbie?
Played the guitar.
Star? Oh.
The star of this movie and of the soundtrack played the guitar.
It's not Taylor Swift, is it?
No. No. She
Selena?
hasn't been in the movie. No.
It's not Tina Turner?
No.
It is a female, I take it.
No, it's a male.
Oh, it's a male, but you said hot. So I thought you meant a
No.
Like attractive hot.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know.
Here we go. Let me just give it to you.
You're going to make us so mad.
Purple Rain.
Oh,
Prince.
Damn it, Jack.
How did you not get that? Damn, come on, Richard. Damn, Richard. What you? Damn, I've about had it with you, Richard.
Man.
All right, so there you go.
Yeah, all right. Let's see. Bob Barker, of the Price is Right fame,
he
died
out
at the age of 99.
Man, he
just
used
a few
most of the
days off.
runway.
No
doubt.
kidding. And Bad Bunny, you know who Bad Bunny is. You
Yep.
may be able to see this, but it'll be censored. He's taken a lot of pictures at a nude vacation, and they let this one slide out with all of his bush showing. Yeah. The first presidential mug shot. Trump says he has 215 pounds. That's what he is. Yeah, that's what it. You know, it's funny.
Well, it was his left leg.
You know, it's funny that the way you laughed is exactly the way the announcers on TV were laughing.
I think
too.
that was his left leg.
Yeah. It says he lost 30 pounds in a few months.
Yeah, stretch to do that.
No one believes it. Kevin Costner, soon to be ex, says he's worth double. He made double money while he was with her. She's saying he's around $400 million. He's currently paying her. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm not.
A month in child support.
How many kids they got first?
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Okay, you're right.
$130,000 a month is what he's paying her in child support.
Wow.
And she wants more.
Of course she does.
And who is this again? Kevin Costner?
Yeah, Kevin Costner. Kevin
Costner, he's great. Great actor.
In the world of professional wrestling, we had 2 deaths in the last few days. And one of them was Bray Wyatt, also known as The Fiend, and the other was Terry Funk. And it reminded me.
Funk, yeah.
It reminded me of the times that Jack and I used to hang out with wrestlers. They wanted us to get into the ring with them, but of course we refused. Didn't want to hurt them.
Of course not.
And it reminded me.
We got some pictures to show you, too.
Of the wrestlers that we hung with. I had an opportunity to get out there and meet Ric Flair.
Woo!
Nature Boy. Ric Flair. And
Yeah.
and we both had a chance to hang with. Yeah.
It's time for the big show.
The big show.
Yeah. Now I want
Look
you to
how
take a
big that guy is.
look
I
at
can zoom in
the
on
Big
that.
Show's hands next to Jack's head. His
Hands are
hand
bigger than
is
my
as
head.
big as his head.
Yeah, that's pretty massive.
But
His
there
big
you
toe was bigger than my head. I mean, this guy is massive.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? These days, he's not the biggest person in wrestling.
It's unreal.
They got some other folks.
People
that
just
they're
keep
big.
getting bigger
Yeah.
and bigger.
But anyway,
Unbelievable.
Just FYI, Kevin got 7 kids.
Kevin Costner has 7 kids.
Yeah, I didn't realize he had that many.
Man, I
what
didn't
by the same woman?
That's
And
what
I don't see him having. I've seen her. I don't see her squeezing
I'll
out
do
7.
a little bit more digging, but he does.
I don't
have
see
7
him
kids.
having her. Well,
7 kids. No.
7 kids. That's a lot.
Yeah,
with
that's
that
an
one
awful lot.
woman. It must be through other.
I can only say one thing about that.
Yes.
That's your Hollywood update.
All right, we want to say hi to Patty Stowers, who's watching online today again. Hey, be sure to share this podcast, this video podcast.
He has
on
3
Facebook.
young ones. So he got his oldest is 39 years old.
Oh.
And his youngest is 13 years old.
Okay.
So the child support is coming for the 13, 14, and 15-year-old one.
Yeah,
$139,000 a month.
And how old is the wife that he's divorcing? I wonder.
Has she been in Yellowstone? Was she in Wyatt Earp or any of the other movies that he made?
She's a designer.
Of what?
I don't know. I'm about to look her
Of
up.
mayhem. That's
Was
what
she
she's
in
a
Field of
designer
Dreams?
Mayhem, man.
She wasn't in Field of Dreams, I'm sure. Was she in The Bodyguard? I don't think she was in
No.
that either.
She's just a
Kevin Costner was
49-year-old
great in that
lady.
movie, by the
Yeah.
way. I thought he was excellent.
No, I agree. As a matter of fact,
She's
he
American,
spoke at
German.
Whitney Houston's funeral. He
That's
was
right.
one of the few that was able to get in and speak at the funeral. But
They've been
anyway,
married for 19 years.
Wow.
19 years. Yeah, that's about. Yeah, you get tired of him about that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get tired of him.
Excuse me. You began to know each other and realize that you don't know each other as well as you thought you did, and
Alrighty.
you better that you separate. That's what I
Alright.
should have said.
Hey, what do we say we get to the
Dumbass joke of the day.
Let's do it.
We have 3 very cheesy, extremely cheesy jokes. We call upon Ron to pick one of these cheesy jokes. So again, Ron gets to pick his cheese. Number 1, the mountain. Number 2, the question for mommy. Number 3, the boyfriend. Again, the mountain, question for mommy, the boyfriend.
Well, let's tell you what. We're talking about Kevin Costner. Let's talk about that big mountain that he has to climb. Already at 139,000. Now
Okay.
she wants a bigger mountain. I think the mountain. I think that's very good.
All right, now this joke is a little longer than some, so
Yeah.
bear with me. Pay close attention. Stop whatever you're doing. Really pay attention. A magazine writer goes to a poor remote village to get some story material for an article about the people of this secluded area. He sees an old man, asks him to tell him a typical happy story about the village. So the old man smiled and said, okay, one day a long time ago, my goat got lost in the mountains. And just as our tradition is, all the men of the village gathered together to drink vodka and then look for the goat. When we finally found the goat, as is our tradition, we all drank more vodka, and all the men in the village got to turn to the goat and mate with the goat. So we had a fun day. Well, the guy says, the writer thinks, man, I can't put that in the article. He said to the guy, tell me another happy story. And the guy goes, okay, once my neighbor's wife got lost in the mountains. As is our tradition, all the men in the village got together to drink vodka. And then, of course, we finally found her. And as is tradition, all the men in the village got their turn to mate with the neighbor's wife. We had a great day, he said. And finally, the writer says, look, okay, I can't put that in the article either. Tell me another story, maybe a story that's less happy, something sad. The old man looked up and said, one day I got lost in the mountains. You knew it was coming, but
there you go.
But it was funny. All right, I got a couple of shorties for you. How's this? Okay, 5-year-old Sally, little 5-year-old Sally says to her mom, do all fairy tales start with once upon a time? Her mother looked at her and said, no, sometimes they start with, honey, I was delayed at the office. Ah. All right, one more for you.
Teaching those children all that stuff at such a young age.
Young guy says to his girlfriend, I might not be rich. I have no money or giant home or cars or companies like my friend John, but I love you and I adore you. She looked at him and said, if you love me, introduce me to John.
Oh.
Hey, there you go. Dumbass joke of the day.
Not too bad today, brother.
Okay,
Not
got through it.
Even the long one, it felt smooth.
The long one was relatively smooth, not too choppy. I got through it.
It's like we're doing it all over again right now.
We got to get to Tribond. Are we ready? This is where we give you 3 words. 3 words. You got to come up with one word that works with the 3. Last week we gave you this one. Red, blue, black. Red, blue, black. Did anybody got the answer? You had a whole 7 days to think about it.
I said colors, but clearly that wasn't right.
No, that
red
wasn't.
color, black color, blue color.
Yeah.
Color red, color blue. No, okay.
No.
Yeah.
Red, blue, black.
Peppers.
Huh?
Peppers.
Peppers? No, that's a good answer, but it's
berry.
Not. No.
Red berry.
Anybody else want to make a guess?
Well, those are all good, but they just happen to be wrong. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. All right, I'll give you the answer. The word is, or you got one? Okay.
No, not
the word is bird. Red bird, blue bird, black bird. Come on, man. Thought you guys would get that.
You know, every once in a while, you do one where I really feel stupid.
That was a pretty easy one, wasn't it?
Well, not really.
Well, here's the deal. We've got one more for you, and we're gonna give you 2 weeks to think about this one, because next week we are off. All right? Alert the media. Let everybody know Jack and Ron's podcast is off for Labor Day. Labor Day next Monday. But we will be back September 11th and reveal this Tribond. The 3 words, I made this so easy. A 3-legged dog with no tail and an eye patch could get this. Pin, rock, stone. Oh, my God,
pin,
you guys got
rock, stone. Now, what type of pen we're talking about here?
Pin, P-I-N.
P-I-N or P-E-N?
Pin, P-I-N.
Oh, okay.
Pin, rock, stone. Let me give them to you one more time.
Point.
No, that's not it. Pin, rock, stone. Those are the 3 words, kids. Next week, we won't be here, but the following week, we'll come back and give you the answer.
All right. Well,
no answers from you guys?
Not yet.
All right.
We'll fax it to you, or email it to you, or whatever.
Okay.
All right. Let's knock out 2 tough trivia. I'm looking at the clock right now, and it says, guys, you need to leave.
We need to hustle.
Yeah. So
all right.
Here we go. Powdered wigs were popular in the 1500s. Very popular.
For men.
Yeah, for men. Because so many men were losing their hair. Now, why?
Why were they losing their hair?
So, to the degree that everybody's wearing powdered white wigs.
Lice.
No.
Lice is a great answer. I thought vitamin deficiency, a lack of nutrients, not enough collagen or biotin in their diet.
Some type of disease.
Oh, I bet it is.
Leeches.
No. Scavy.
No.
Ringworms.
No.
Worms? No.
Boy, you guys know a lot of diseases. Go ahead.
Syphilis.
Good job.
Boom.
Syphilis.
Some nasty shit.
I guess so.
You got that right.
Excuse my language.
Hell.
I'm sure they wish there's a lot they could excuse, but
it killed Al Capone.
Yeah.
Took out Blackbeard too.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't know back in,
those some hardy fellers.
Somebody was accommodating, and they helped themselves, and then they died.
It's a big question that everybody's always had. Okay, if it's a transmittable disease, sexually transmitted, where did it first start? How did the first person? Yeah, it's kind of like what came first, the chicken or the egg? Same deal. When you come right down to it, if a guy got a venereal disease or a sexually transmitted disease from a female, or a female got it from a guy, where'd they get it? And who was the very first person?
Those lost goats.
Goats. Could be, yeah.
Isn't that what your joke said? They go looking after a goat?
That's it.
Goats.
And don't forget, that old nasty, filthy rumor about lambs, about sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
I don't think I heard that one.
You haven't heard of that? We'll talk after the show.
All right. I guess we pretty well wrapped that up. We've done a pretty well wrap the show up. Yeah. All right, we got to wrap this thing up. We got to get out of here. Thanks to Flash Hauler, great company. Check them out at flashhauler.com, FLASHOLR.com. They are the game changers in the moving industry. Thanks to Othello's. That's where we do the show each Monday, 1 o'clock right here on Facebook and on YouTube.
Great food.
And on all the other what do you call that?
Podcast
sites, platforms, and all that crap. Yeah. Alan Nagy just joined us, too.
A little late.
In Dodge City, Kansas.
Little late, brother.
But he's in Dodge City, Kansas.
Oh, wait, maybe he's been listening to the whole time, and now that the show's over, he's calling in to let us know
popped up.
that he was listening.
Appreciate it, Alan.
Go ahead.
All right. So, Flash Hauler and Othello's, check them both out. Great Italian food here at Othello's in Edmond, as well as Norman on Campus Corner.
Right.
We'll get out of here, too.
Yes, and I'm going to put one more plug in. 405-509-5030. Tell us your soap opera moment. You don't have to be live. You can be, or you can just go ahead and leave a recording. We'll go ahead and play it back. Let us know how to get in touch with you mail-wise. We'll send you an autographed copy of the Jack and Ron podcast baby picture.
All right. Amy Crossland also just checked in, said enjoyed the show. So apparently she'd been watching and following the whole time. I talked to her just prior to the time we went on, so she said she was going to watch. So sometimes the names don't come up. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, glad to have you guys, and glad you were able to participate. Remember, no show next week because of Labor Day, back on the 11th of September. Remember, when you go out to do what you do, do it like Jack and Ron. Be the best at what you do. Give it 110, 130, 100% effort, 150% effort. How's that?
Yeah.
Like Jack and Ron. Go out there, give it hell.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Good day.